Hey, what's poppin' Facebook land? It is New Method Monday. This is the mood for today. Come on, y'all know it's New Method Mondays. It's a new Monday. This is my mood. Mr. Stevie Wonder, because I'll be loving you always. How was everybody's Christmas? So I'm gonna, you guys know the drill. If you've seen me before, you know that I like to start off with some música, some music for New Method Mondays and get the video live and popping. Let me tell you something, I'm having a busy day. There's so many things that I'm working on for Embrace Her Legacy, and I just hit like the all systems go button. And I have like 3 main areas of concentration, more like 4. 4. So, I'm busy. But I was like, I'm going to do this New Method Monday because it came into my spirit last night. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I'm not going to do a post on that at 1 o'clock in the morning. But I'll be loving you. Let's let that Stevie rock. I don't know the words. And y'all know I can't sing. But this is definitely... I was watching The Best Man Holiday last night. And, you know, if you know the song, you know the movie, you know the series, you know the song plays a integral part. So this song has been on. I've been listening and thinking and it's, you know, got the music playing while you goal setting and goal getting. So, I usually let that rock, some music rock for like a minute or two while Facebook builds an audience for me. I know it says that alert. I'm going live. So it is New Method Monday, and I'm your girl, Maria. I'm Melendez, founder and CEO of Embrace Her Legacy, the #1 personal development, faith building, and dream birthing school for millennial women and girls. I'm also a speaker and author. Some people like to refer to me as a coach. I don't know, maybe not. I just like to consider myself a woman who's living in her assignment, and part of my assignment is to help others birth their dreams. Part of my ministry is to help others, I guess, become their best self, so you can be the person that God has called you to be, so you can do whatever it is that God has called you to do. Sometimes we want to do the do before the be, and God is like, no, I'm gonna need you to be, and then we can do. So that is pretty much how I operate. So I'm just going to get right into it, guys, because I actually have a meeting I have to get prepared for. So I want to talk today about the one thing that you need to be doing to make sure that you not only have a better life, but you have the best life. This is probably something that is overseen. And something that I noticed just over the year, I've done a lot of reflecting over this and, you know, just circumstances around me and people around me. And I'm like, wow, if you want a better life, if you want the best life, all you have to do is start making better choices. That's what it comes down to. If you want a better life, you have to start making better decisions. You have to make good decisions, because decisions aren't made in a moment in time. They're rooted in your character. And what's your character? Your character, people like to say, oh, you don't have character. You don't have character. The definition of your character is your moral and ethical actions in reactions to things. So your character is not only how you act, it's also how you react. That is your character. So if you want a better life, then you have to make better decisions. Your life is a sum total of the choices that you make. It's simple as that. Like, your life, where you are right now, is a sum total of the decisions that you have made. And this is hard stuff. This is not like you know, sometimes we want dessert all the time. And my pastor said it yesterday, Dr. A.R. Bernard of Christian Cultural Center. And he said it yesterday, he's like, you know what? There's meat in this house. Meaning that when you go to, the reason why I attend his church and why I'm under his leadership is because it's Christ in culture and I'm growing, and it's a teaching ministry. And sometimes we want, you know, we want things to, Facebook is telling me my connection is weak. Yeah, tell me if it's acting up. But sometimes we want things to just come to us, and we want things to be easy breezy. And you want dessert all the time. But sometimes you need meat. You know, if you have all you eat is sweets all the time, your body's gonna take heed to that, right? So what I'm saying is this is not something that's necessarily popular because we want everything easy. We're under this notion that, I want to be free. I want to do whatever I want to do with whoever I want to do it, whenever I want to do it, thinking that's freedom, but that's actually bondage. That's bondage because what you're doing is you'll end up being a slave to the decisions that you make. A lot of us are in situations that if we could go back and change, let me tell you something. One bad decision can change the trajectory of your life, and one good decision can change the trajectory of your life. And I think that, especially because a lot of us are young, you know, I'm saying young, like you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s. You may not understand, especially the younger ones, you don't understand the consequences to the decisions that you make. Every decision that you make has a benefit or a consequence. So if you want a better life, then you have to make better choices. And in order to make better choices, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do some character development. You're going to have to keep it real with yourself and say, what is it about me that keeps on making these bad decisions? Why am I in the pickle that I am in? Why is my life not a reflection of what I would like it to be? It's because you made decisions. Every choice you make, like I said, has a benefit or has a consequence. So if you're making bad decision after bad decision, or decision that feeds your flesh, that feeds your desires, that feeds your emotions, if you just if you just fly off the handle, if you just go and, you know, do whatever you want, like I said, when you want, with who you want, how you want to do it, because you felt like it, you're going to be a slave to some bad decisions making, and you're going to be a slave to the decisions that you made. And 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line, you're going to be walking around in same circles doing the same thing. So if you want a better life, it comes with making better choices. Whatever you put out into this world, when you sow certain things, you're going to get it back. In his scripture, Luke 6:38, you know, where Jesus talks about, you know, I forget the words, but I forget the words exactly, so it's going to be Maria Melendez version, but he pretty much, me paraphrasing, is like, you reap what you sow, you know, if whatever you sow, you're going to get it back, pressed down, measured together, and shaken over. That's not just talking about money. A lot of people talk about that about money. If you sow selfish, prideful, fearful, anxiety-based, lusty-based decisions, that or those type of decisions, you're gonna sow that. You're gonna reap that back into your life. And there's two types of pain that you will experience in life, and this comes from the late great Jim Rome. There's the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. The pain of discipline and the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Now, we're going to keep it 100. A lot of us have situations in our lives that we are experiencing the pain of regret. A lot of us are attached to certain people for the rest of our lives, that if we could go back, we'd be like, yo, was it really worth it? Was that one night really worth it? Was, you know, all of that meat chase, was that really worth it? Now look what I got to deal with. You have to decide if you're going to exercise the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, because like I said, the one thing that you need in order to have the best life or a better life is to make better decisions. Make that better decisions choices with how you spend your money. Make better choices with how you spend your time. Make better choices with who you allow into your inner circle. A lot of us, we meet people today and we skip all types of phases, right? Because there's phases to relationship building. You meet someone. This is my pastor, Bernard, who taught me this. You go introduction. Then you go into acquaintance. Then you go into friendship. And then you go into fellowship and other levels of intimacy. But sometimes we just meet people today and tomorrow they're in intimate space. You know, this is all types of relationships. So maybe your thing is for the next year, make better decisions with your relationship building, with who you allow into your inner sanctuary, into your inner space. Be protective over that. Let me tell y'all something. I do not play that. So like, that is one thing I am adamant on. Like, I don't have time to have relationships in my life that are not assets. And if once a relationship in my life has now become a liability, I now have to make the conscious decision to say, I have to let this relationship go. Or, I have to put some boundaries in my relationships. That's another thing that will help you make better decisions too, is to put boundaries on things. Put boundaries on how you spend your time. Put boundaries on your relationships. Think of ways that you can make better choices. How can I make better choices? Your life is the sum total of the choices that you have made. And let me tell you something. You sow certain type of choices into the world, you are gonna get it back. It's like a universal law of sowing and reaping, right? So you want to make sure that you are making better decisions. I just put up a post that said, sometimes you got to go from good to better and from better to best. That all starts with making better decisions. If you want a better life, then make better choices, okay? I'm trying to look at my note here because I really don't have that much in this one, because I just want to drive home that I'm going to keep saying it. If you want a better life, then make better decisions, make better choices. Think about your relationships. These are the areas, your relationships, your experiences, your finances, your time, and your relationships, your experience, your time, and your money. And think about that. Think about where you can make better. And then you're thinking too. Think about where you can start to make better decisions. Think about if there are any boundaries that you need to put up. Think about if there's any changes that you need to make in your daily routine. You have to. I can't do this for you. I can't do the work for you. But if you want to be in a different place next year at this time, whether it's spiritually, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, whether it's financially, whether it's career, business, relationship wise, then start to implement some better decisions. Decide what it is that you're doing that you don't like. I don't like this. I'm going to keep it real. And I'll keep it 100 with you. If you desire to be married and you keep on dealing with, hot mess relationships or people who ain't coming or ain't stepping correct, then you got to make some better decisions there. If you desire to be out of debt, then you got to make some better decisions and stop charging everything to the game. This is life. It's called adulting. And it's called being your better and your best self. I don't know. I don't know about anybody else, but I want to be my best, and that may require you to be set apart. Maybe that is another decision in order to make your life a better life. You might have to step away from people. You can't. You hear me? You just might not be able to hang around the same people or have the same friends or talk to the same people or hang out with everybody on Friday, Saturday night. Maybe you need to chill. Maybe you need to fall back a little bit and focus on whatever goals it is that you need to focus on. So do an assessment and ask yourself, listen, where do I need to make better decisions? Where is it not right in my life? If it's not, like I said, look at these areas: your money, your finances, your time, your relationships. Look at that, your business, your career. Think about these areas and say, where can I start making better decisions? And for those of us who want above average pay, then you need to start doing above average work. Oh, it kills me when I see people do average basic work. And I'm not talking about the type of work you do. I'm talking about the approach to whatever job, whatever it is that you do. You can be a cashier at McDonald's, but you do it with a spirit of excellence. If you embrace a spirit of excellence with what you're doing, let me tell you, it is only a matter of time that people will begin to see the value that you add to the marketplace, and you'll begin to make more money. But some of us, we have average mentalities. We have an average approach to our jobs. We do just enough. We get there late. We want to leave early. We take long lunch breaks. We don't have a spirit of excellence, but then we want excellent pay. If you want to be above average, and if you want above average pay, then maybe it's time to have above average thinking and be an above average person. It's not about what you're doing. It's about how you're doing it. And somebody will take notice. I see it all the time. I'm like, wow. And you wonder why your life is the way it is, because look how you interact with someone. I can go into any place of established business and I see it all the time. And I'm like, gosh, I just want to take people to the side and say, listen, you don't have to be here in another year or two. You can just make better decisions and be excellent and be all that you can be. And I promise you, you'll be somewhere different in a year and or 5 years. But I can't do that. As much as I would want that for you, as much as I want to see people win, that's what I want my legacy to be, is to see everybody else around me win. Oh, you winning. Great. Let's all win together. So you want to embrace that spirit of excellence. Do everything with excellence, because like we said, in order to have a better life, we are going to make better choices, even down to social media, what you expose yourself to, what you're watching. Think about all of that. Think about how all of that is affecting you. Think about what you're exposing yourself to. I am very cognizant of what I choose to expose myself to, because that's it. Sometimes I feel like certain things are a waste of time and I'm not going to get my time back. And my time is the most valuable thing I have. I can lose money, but I can get that back, but I can't lose time. So one thing that I've had to apply to make my life better and making better decisions is watch what I'm watching. Watch what I'm looking at on social media. I've unfollowed social media accounts. I will delete you as a friend. I do not like to expose myself. This is my inner... It's like my life is my sanctuary. So I'm not going to expose myself to certain nonsense. So you want to make sure that you too find out where can you make better decisions, what you're watching, what you're eating, what you're spending your money on, what you're spending your time on, who you're spending your time with. Make better decisions and think about where you want to be 5 years from now. This is something I do all the time. Think about where you want to be 5 years from now if everything were perfect. If everything in your life were perfect in 5 years, like your family, your relationships, your community involvement, your money, your business, your career, your spirituality, your health, if everything were perfect in 5 years, what would that look like? Okay, now, it can get there, but you have to start making decisions that are going to serve your future, not your temporary. It's kind of like you have a little child inside of you. Like it's your flesh. You have a 2-year-old child inside of you that wants to do what he or she wants to do all the time. And you got to check the 2-year-old in you. Your emotions and those fleshy desires are the things that I want it and I want it now. No, put that little 2-year-old in check. Let me tell you, you wouldn't let a 2-year-old come up to you and say, run your pockets. You wouldn't let a 2-year-old come to you and say, give me your credit card. I'm going to go to the Apple store. You wouldn't let a 2-year-old come and say, you know what? Give me all your money because I'm gonna go spend it at McDonald's. So we let our emotions do that for us. We let our emotions lead our decisions. A lot of us make emotional based bad decisions, heat of the moment decisions, and then you end up paying for it. I'm telling you, and I know somebody knows what I'm talking about. A lot of us have situations in our lives that if we could go back and make a different decision, we would do it. We may not say it, we may not admit it, because we like, oh, well, everything works together for good. But deep down inside, you like, if I could just go back and change that. Love you too, sis. If I could just go back and change this, I would. Life is literally a sum total of the decisions that you make. So if you want to be in another place on December 26, 2017, it really starts with you just making better decisions. That's it. It just starts with you make I know, sis. I know you do. I know you do. We all do. I do too. So, it's all going to be about making better decisions. December 26, 2017, or like I said, think about 5 years from now. December 26, 5 years from now would be 2021, right? December 26, 2021. Gosh, that sounds so far away, but it's not. It is not. It is not that far away. Look back at December 26, 2011. That wasn't that. It went by like that, and that was 5 years ago. So think about where you want to be 5 years from now. If everything were perfect in every aspect of your life, finances, fitness, health, spirituality, family, money, and start making decisions that are going to serve your future instead of serving your like that 2-year-old inside you that's like, no, go spend the money. No, go sleep with him. No, go do that because no. Let's demand better of ourselves. Let's demand excellence. And this is not judging. This is not, thank you, sis. This is not judging you or what you do. I'm coming from a place, trust me, I am living my second book, and I'm going to write it all down. I'm already starting to journal it, and I'm like, wow, somebody needs to learn because somebody needs to learn from the mistakes I've made. And this is not to judge anybody or cause judgment or make you feel like you're not it. But gosh, some of us let's just be better. Let's just be excellent. Let's demand excellence from ourselves. We'll be excellent for other people. We'll be excellent for our jobs. We'll be excellent for our kids. But what about being excellent for you? You get what I mean? What about just being demanding excellence for you, demanding better decisions, demanding discipline? Because like I said, either we're going to experience the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. I'd rather pay the cost of discipline right now than 5 a year from down the line have that regret. Regret is heavy. Regret is heavy, and I don't want to carry regret in my life. I do not. I choose not to. So I really hope that this was helpful to someone. Real quick, I just want to make a real recap of points I shared. That life is a sum total of decisions that you make. So if you want to make a better life, then you're going to have to make better decisions. You don't want to be a slave to your emotions or to the things inside of you that are not going to serve you in the long run. Those fleshy, instant gratification type desires that are not going to help you. All they're doing is deceiving you. You don't want to be a slave to those decisions because you'll end up paying a cost that you don't want to, that is too expensive. You get what I mean? Every decision has a benefit and has consequences. You got to choose. Like if I do this, think about where that can go 5-10 years down the line, or do I want to do this over here, You don't want to live in regret. So you want to make sure that you're making decisions that are benefiting you, not one that you're going to regret, because you don't want to be a slave to bad decision makings, right? We said the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs as ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. And that I told you that decisions are not made in a moment in time. They are rooted in your character, okay? And your character is your moral and ethical actions and reactions. So what you do, how you act, and how you react, that's all rooted in your character. You can never say somebody made you do anything. Nobody ever makes you do anything. You have a choice. And you can't give people power like that to, you made me, my boss made me, my husband made me, my girlfriend made me, my child made me. No. We got to take responsibility. We have to become mature, because maturity doesn't come with age, but with acceptance of responsibility. And that's when you become mature. Growing older is mandatory. Growing wiser is a choice. You want to make sure that you're growing wiser. So what if you're 50 or if you're 35, if you're 86, if you're 21, but if you're still making choices that are rooted in a 13-year-old way of thinking, something got to change. You get what I mean? So we want to make sure that we're maturing, that we're taking responsibility, and that we're making better decisions. And then that was it. That was the end of my notes. So if you liked that, hope you liked that. Hope you guys press the the like button, and then the share, and share this with your followers. My name is Maria Melendez. I'm founder and CEO of Embrace Her Legacy, which is a personal development, faith building, and dream birthing school for millennial women and girls. So if you want to go to embraceherlegacy.com, go check it out. I'm actually working on a new site. I'm actually building all things new, because I'm just like, to better serve, going to best. But you can definitely check it out. I'm not making changes. I'm making changes on the back end. So yeah, call me a web developer too. That might be an income stream later down in the line. Thank you, sis. So check out embraceherlegacy.com, and there are definitely resources and classes and guides to help you. I love you, sis. Give the kids a big hug and a kiss for me. I know they had a Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Happy New Year. Love you guys, and I will check you out later. Bye.